Hey guys, it's Pastor Jody here coming to you live from inside the Bibles and Bread food pantry this morning. I had something today that's really been on my heart. So I want to bring this to you this morning, and I want to ask that each and every one of you guys would share this and make this go viral because it's very important. The last 2 days of this week, we have been in different meetings with school officials from a local school district here in the North Fort Worth area. And there is an epidemic right now of homelessness going on in the country, as you know. And many of those are homeless children. One school in the local area, and I won't name the school, but it's in the local area here in North Fort Worth, one school has 100 students, elementary students, who are homeless. Now, to make this clear, with all clarity, what they count homelessness means that they live with a relative, they live in a hotel, they don't have stable housing. It doesn't necessarily mean that they live in a car or in a house or on the street or whatever. But however, there are many of those today that do. As a matter of fact, we've been made aware of one family that has a grandmother and 6 children that, as far as I know, are still living in a car. 6 kids right here in North Fort Worth living in a car. 6 children in North Fort Worth living in a car, guys. All of the major shelters, the Presbyterian Night Shelter, the Union Gospel Mission, the Salvation Army that have family housing places are all full. There's nowhere to put these people. There's nowhere to put these children. They're full. And most of them will only allow 4 people. Mom, dad, a couple of kids, mom, 3 kids, whatever. But to put 6 or 7, there's nowhere to put these kids. And it's a huge problem. Now let me explain to you how huge the problem is in this country, and I'm going to use Los Angeles as an example. There is approximately 47,000 homeless in Los Angeles, and they are saying that about 1/3 of those are children. Do the math. Over 10,000, if my math is correct, over 10,000 homeless children in Los Angeles County. Now, we're not talking about Los Angeles. We're talking about North Fort Worth. We're talking about Fort Worth, Texas, what we believe to be the greatest state, and what we always say is the greatest country in the world. And we have children with nowhere we can put them. Where is the church? Guys, listen, we have churches that are paying millions of dollars a year to pastors to stand up and preach the gospel, that are putting millions of dollars into all of these campuses when the Bible is clear. It tells us we're supposed to take care of our widows and our orphans are on the street, living on the street. Children living on the street. And the school district, this particular school district, is reaching out, asking for churches to help find a place to put these kids. So here's what we need. We need at least a temporary place for temporary housing to house these families temporarily while we can help them to get jobs and places like that. Why can't we put them up in somewhere? Why can't some of the older women in the church babysit these children for free as their ministry, while these mothers and these fathers go out to work, so that the children can be taken care of after school? Where is the church? Why are we not putting our money where our mouth is? Oh, that's the government's job. Do you really want this government doing that? Guys, we have another epidemic is children being taken out of their homes and being put into sex slavery all over the world. This is going on today. Where do you think there's getting these kids from? These kids on the street are vulnerable and in need. Many of the homeless that we deal with came from families that lived on the street. And the church is asleep. We're just worried about filling our coffers with money so we can build bigger buildings or nicer facilities or have better laser light shows and all of this stuff. These things, guys, out there, the need is out there. These are children. I'm not talking about addicts on the street that we deal with every week. I'm talking about children who are on the street today. And the church, we go to our churches. We go out to our churches every week and we hear a feel-good message about what God's going to do to us and do for us. And we drive right by these people holding a sign, "Help me, I'm hungry." And some of those people, guess what? Some of those women standing on the street have their children stashed somewhere at a safe place so they can go try to make a few dollars holding a sign to feed their children, and we don't even stop and ask their name. These kids are on the street. Guys, we've got to get the word out in what we call the greatest country in the world. Europe has a plan. And guys, I'm all about American freedom. I'm not touting Europe and all that. I'm just saying that their plan, and if I may have the name wrong, but it's something like housing first. So they house people and then they deal with everything else. First they get them housing, and then once they've done that, they deal with the mental illness, the addiction, the other problems. And they're having great success doing that. They're having great success. Guys, there are people out there that are just too lazy to go to work. And I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the babies who are living on the street. We had a homeless woman recently who just had a child. Child goes into the system. The child's going to spend its life in this system. And so I'm asking you to get this out there. Go to your churches. Make it known in your church. They're children. We've got to go find them. We've got to get them off the street. We can't have our babies. Go to the school district. Who are the children that are most at need? Those are the kids that we need to be going after. Because guys, listen, these are the kids we're going to be feeding later in life. They grow up in poverty and they tend to stay in poverty. So we're going to be feeding them now, but if we can stop the cycle when they're children, if we can break that cycle and we can get them out of that and get Jesus into them at a young age and show them that there's a better way to live, then we won't be fighting this cycle generation after generation after generation. I'm asking for your help. I don't know, guys, I don't have the resources. I don't have the resources or the ability to help these children, but somebody does. And I don't care if we run it or if somebody else runs it or whatever happens, something has to be done to help these children who are living on the street, to get these kids off the street into stable, good housing, even if it's temporary, while we help the parents to move forward and get a job. And like I said, we have people that are retired in our churches that they want to do something. Put those people to work babysitting these children during the day while mom and dad goes to work, until they get on their feet, and then we help them find a housing that they can afford, and we move the whole family out of that into housing that they can afford. We continue to help them with food. That's what we do here at Bibles and Bread. Many other ministries do that. We help them with food and things like that so that the income that they do have can go to keep their kids housed. We got children going to school hungry every day because they slept in a car last night in America. Excuse my language, but where the hell is the church? Where are you guys at? Worried about building bigger buildings and stuff while our kids are living out on the street. And that's in North Texas, and it's worse other places in the country. I'm asking, guys, take it to your church. Go to the local school. Find out who the kids who are most at need at. If you have to find a back room in your church to put them in for a little while we help the parents get a job. We have people in our churches that run businesses, construction businesses and landscaping businesses and all these other things where you don't have to be highly skilled to do them. Take the parents and put them to work while someone in the church babysits the children. How hard is this to do? Why are they on the street? It's breaking my heart. I sat with the superintendent of a local school school district who's reaching out, asking for help. And I'm asking you, take this word, take it to your church, and let's do something to change this thing before it's too late. Time is running out. Jesus is coming back soon. We've only got so much time. And I don't want to be the one standing before God saying, you knew they were out there and you didn't do anything to help them. You didn't do anything. You stayed in your cushy church, not doing anything to help these babies that are on the street. So guys, I'm going to post this video here. I'm going to try to post it on our YouTube channel as well, if I can get that done. But I'm asking you to just let everybody you know, share it with everybody you can. Let them know. Let them know that there is a great need. Sorry, I just got a message from my wife about somebody calling somebody right in the middle of this. But let your church know that there is a great need out there, and these babies need your help. I'm not talking about the people that are chronically drug abusers. We'll deal with that in another way. I'm talking about the emergency situation of children living on the street, and it's going to get worse because housing costs are going up. Those of you who have rental properties, how much money do you have to bring in? How much money do you have to bring in on a housing that you can't give back to your community and help a poor family who has nowhere to go? $900 to rent a room, a place to live, the size of this 20 by 20 food pantry that I'm standing in today. I'm asking you, how can we team up? How can we make this happen? Somebody out there has the resources and the ability to help these children. So share this with everyone you know and help us go forward, because this is something that's been on my heart for 20-something years. Maybe a small hotel or something that we can do our part, do the best we can do to get these babies off the street. Think about it. What if, God forbid, something happened to your husband or to your wife, and they were the breadwinner in the family, and you and your children had no family, nowhere to turn, and you ended up on the street? Who's going to help you? Because the big organizations are full. They can't help you. Who's going to help? Guys, we love you so much, man. Again, please share this thing. And I'm Jody from Bibles and Bread Ministries. I'm just a little knucklehead trying to fumble my way through this thing. But these babies, these children that are on the street that don't have stable housing, they need your help. They need our help. Man, we love you guys so much. You can contact me anytime. 817-773-8233 is my cell phone number. Jody at biblesandbread.com. You can see what we do at biblesandbread.org. If anyone wants to donate towards this cause, we have many ways to do that. And please note that that's where you want it to go, and that's what we'll put it together so that we can make this thing work. If you know somebody who might be willing to help somehow with some land or something or whatever, guys, I don't know where to go. I don't even know where to start. I just know there's a need, and I'm asking you to help. If you think you're someone who might be interested in putting this thing together and running it, great, run with it. I don't need the credit, but there's a need. We need something like this in North Fort Worth. Guys, we love you so much. Again, I'm Jody with Bibles and Bread Ministries. God bless you guys. And tonight, remember, and you be thankful. You be thankful that you have a roof over your head, It's raining out there again today, and there's babies out there in this rain, in this weather, and they're going to be out there in this cold winter that's coming. If we don't reach out and do something, if the church won't do it, who will? So tonight you pray and ask God, God, how can I help? What can I do to help these children? We see commercials on TV all over the place of these children all over the world who, and yes, they need our need, but they need help too, but so do the babies right here in our town. It's heartbreaking. We love you guys so much. Please be in prayer about this, and let's see if there's some way, somehow, that we can make a difference for some of these kids in North Fort Worth. We love you guys. Pastor Jody here again. God bless you guys. Have a blessed day, and have a very, very awesome holiday weekend. We love you guys.